Welcome to Tony's Bonsai. I feel like I'm in Jack and Ori sat here in this chair in the garden, but there's a reason to it, and the reason is I've been asked by Xavier Martinez of Expressions of Grace Bonsai. He's putting together some kind of list of different countries' bonsai people and asking us to use a hashtag or something like that. I'll be honest, I don't really understand it. But anyway, he's asked me to answer 7 questions, so let's do it. I thought it was quite interesting, and I watched another guy, Jason Hanrahan's video, and I enjoyed watching that as well. I think it's good to get to know people a bit. So let's start off. Number 1, who are you? I'm Tony. Of Tony's Bonsai. That's the simple answer. If you wanted to go deep with it, that's a very deep question, isn't it? Who are you? So I'll leave it at that for the time being. What country or region are you from? Preston. This is going to be a quick video, isn't it? What was your first bonsai? Now, this is an interesting one. And it's my clump style oak. So let's take a look at that. I've shown this oak on a fairly recent video. I collected it 30 years ago. It was my first tree. It died about 20 years ago, and I've been regrowing it into this clump style. Love this. I collected that tree from the wild with my dad about 30 years ago, so I'll have been 16 years old. And I don't really remember why I was interested in bonsai, but it just appealed to me. I think we had a book, and I just liked the idea of miniature trees in pots. It just appealed to me. And then I've always had a few trees down the line, the odd one here and there. But it wasn't till about 18 months ago that I started really re-engaging with bonsai, and it was via YouTube, mainly Peter Chan's videos and Greenwood Studio videos. Those were particularly important to me, and I love watching them, and that inspired me to start ultimately collecting and growing my own trees. Question 4 is, which is my favourite bonsai tree? And one of the reasons I've sat here in the garden is because this here is a silver birch, and I would have to say this is probably my favourite tree at the moment, although it can change on a weekly basis. This is my favourite tree because it's got a lovely thick trunk with nice taper. Even though it's only been about 1.5 years since I collected it, I've already managed to develop it quite well. It's already getting some decent ramification, and it's probably my most advanced tree, and it's just very healthy, vigorous. Yeah, love it. Now for my worst bonsai. So many choices, but really there can be only one winner, and it's a tree you've never seen before. I hope you're appreciating that bit of intentional light flare on this tree. I'm reminded of the Crocodile Dundee scene, you know, when he's in the alley with that guy and the guy pulls out a knife and says, "That's not a knife, this is a knife." I always think that when people say they've got a bad bonsai tree. I go, no, this is a bad bonsai tree. Look at that. Now that's a shocker. No angle can redeem this. It's awful. And I think it's dying, which in some ways I feel like it's being put out of its misery. One of my local garden centres was almost giving this away just after Christmas last year with the sort of Christmas trees. It's a pine, I think it's a Scots pine, and I did a major chop on it. It's not healed. I did a repot on it. I did everything wrong, and there you go. I kind of hope it does make it, just because it's such a shocker. I'd like to see it come through the other side, but it's not looking good. Although there's some life up here. This looks fairly green, so maybe it will make it. The next question is, how did I start bonsai? And I think I mixed these questions up in my mind, and I've kind of already answered that before. What I do know is I love it, and the reason I'm sat here is because I wanted to show you these. These are little Scots pines, and well, I say Scots pines, there's some Scots pines and some Japanese black pines, and I don't know which are which, but I'm hoping as they develop I'll be able to tell the difference. But the reason I'm showing you those is I like growing things. You know, I love cultivating seedlings, cuttings, all that. To me, there's as much fun in that as there is in sort of pruning a more mature tree. So I think you either love this kind of thing or you don't, and I do. And the last question is, what's the most you've ever paid for a bonsai tree? And the reason I'm here is because I'm kind of in between two. I've got this juniper. I actually posted a video of that yesterday morning where I worked on the gin, and I paid, I think it was £40 I paid for that, which is the most I paid for an individual tree. But this hornbeam forest I put together, and with the pot, man, you don't include the pot, do you? So there's about 20 trees. They cost me about 30 quid. No, they were £1 each. £20. What am I on about here? I'm just waffling. It's this one. That was a deliberate pause. You like that? Don't know why I did it. Just wanted to. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.